Hello students, our next topic is heat zones. So in our previous video we discussed about latitudes and important latitudes. So what are the important latitudes? The important latitudes are equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. Okay. Now let's discuss about heat zones. So now with these latitudes, the earth can be divided into three different zones on the basis of the amount of heat received from the sun. The three different heat zones are the torrid zone, the temperate zone and the frigid zone. Naturally, all places on the earth do not receive the same amount of heat from the sun, while the equator and regions near it receive direct rays. Sun rays become more and more slanting as we move away from the equator and towards the poles. So the three heat zones are torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. So now let us discuss about the torrid zone. So first thing is that what is torrid zone? So in the middle of the earth we can see there is an imaginary line. We know this is equator dividing the earth into two parts, and from the equator to the north the Tropic of Cancer and from the equator to the south the Tropic of Capricorn. So the torrid zone, also known as the tropical zone, lies between the equator and the tropic, that is from equator to Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere, and from equator to the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south in the southern hemisphere. This zone is getting maximum heat from sun. So why is getting like that? Because the sun rays are always direct on equator, so this region is getting maximum heat from sun, and here summers are extremely hot and even winters are warm, and the temperature in this region is quite high, that is it is called the torrid zone. And the word torrid means intensely hot. The sun rays fall vertically over a small areas. Therefore, this is the hottest part of the earth. And this region experiences heavy rainfall, high humidity and high temperature, characterizing equatorial type of a climate. The next zone is temperate zone, which is 66.5 degree north Arctic Circle and 66.5 degrees south Antarctic Circle. From 23.5 degree north Tropic of Cancer to 66.5 degree north Arctic Circle, and from 23.5 degree south Tropic of Capricorn to 66.5 degree south Antarctic Circle is known as temperate zone. The temperate zones receive slanting rays of the sun, so this region receive less amount of heat as compared to the torrid zone. Therefore, this zone is not too hot and not too cold. It is temperate or moderate. Climate in these zones is moderate or temperate. So the temperate zone is divided into the north temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, and the south temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle. Now coming to the frigid zone. From 66.5 degree north Arctic Circle to 90 degree north pole in the northern hemisphere and 66.5 degree south Antarctic Circle to 90 degree south pole in the southern hemisphere is known as frigid zone. The frigid zones are intensely cold zones on the earth. The word frigid zones means very cold. Again, the north frigid zone is divided into the north frigid zones lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, while the south frigid zones lies between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. the poles, the frigid zones get very little sunlight and warmth of the sun. Look at this picture. The ground here is largely frozen most of the time and is known as permafrost, which means permanently frozen ground. Thus, heat zones are located on the globe. Now let us clearly. Torrid zone is from 0 degree to 23 and half degree north, then from 0 degree to 23 and half degree south. Temperate zone is same way from 23 and half degree north to 66 and half degree north, and 23 and half degree south to 66 and half degree south. And coming to the frigid zone, we can see again 66 and half degree north to 90 degree north and 66 and half degree south to 90 degree south. I hope it is clear now the heat zones of the earth. How is the temperature climate we confined? Torrid zone, it is very hot and humid. Next, temperate zone, they are moderate, not so hot and not so cold. And in the frigid zone, it is very cold. You know, in the poles, it is 6 months days and 6 months night. It is like that. Okay.